rematch between two of the best in the USL. Sacramento and Phoenix tied for third in the West. Tonight they go head-to-head here at Papa Murphy's Park. Good evening, alongside Kevin Goldthwait. I'm Rob McAllister. This evening's contest is brought to you by UC Davis Health. The Rising come to Northern California looking to turn up the heat on the Republic side. They handed Phoenix their worst loss of the season in a 3-1 defeat. Well, the Rising had plenty of chances, recording 25 shots. Kevin, it was the Republic that came away with 3 points on May 19th.
25 shots, and Phoenix is pulling the trigger from all over the pitch in the last match. But Rob, it was the more disciplined Sacramento that went down to the desert, snatched 3 points away from the Rising, and Sacramento did it by doing a great job sitting back, making it difficult for Phoenix, and springing the counterattack at just the right moment. Expect more of the same here tonight from Phoenix, and the big question I have is, can Sacramento contain this high-octane offense for a second time?
Well, Josh Cohen can perform like he did in Phoenix. We could likely see another 3 points for Sacramento. Speaking of, we caught up with Josh Cohen. Says they know they're in for another tough one tonight.
They have a lot of different threats. They've got a lot of speed, especially out wide. They've got Chris Cortez up top, big man. They've got Didier Drogba up top, big man. And so, you know, they're strong in the air, but they're also strong cutting in. And so they're very dynamic as a team.
Kickoff just moments away. Don't go away.
When someone else depends on you, the question of healthcare can stop you in your tracks. But candidly, it all really comes down to one big question. Who offers the very best healthcare? UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu. During open enrollment, all those questions often lead only to confusion, but when you stop and ask who provides the very best healthcare, suddenly it all becomes clear. UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu.
Every day, there are millions of stories, but the most important are the stories that impact you. Whether it's keeping your family safe,
these are the areas under a high alert because we're
understanding changes to your world,
it could end up costing taxpayers more money, thousands,
or figuring out what the future holds.
It just may be bringing new jobs to Sacramento.
At 10 o'clock, we take more time to focus on the details that impact you most. KCRA 3 News at 10 on My 58, where the news comes first.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bake an XL NY pizza topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
What happens when you sell lots of Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Ram trucks? You become the #1 Dodge dealer in Northern California with the largest inventory in Northern California. Hey, it's Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And when you sell that many cars and trucks, you need lots of lots. Lots here, lots there, lots across the street, and online, all at the lowest price, and serviced by the best techs. Find your next car at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge. In the Oak Grove Auto Mall, online at oakgrovedodge.com. For over 60 years, our name means
Rising Republic, both with 24 points on the season, 7-3-3. Let's take a look at our U.S. Bank starting lineup. So we begin with the Sacramento Republic. Josh Cohen, 1.16 goals against on the season. He's been fantastic. He's going to have to put another nice shift in here tonight.
Yeah, another guy, Cam Iwasa, I think has been such a vital player for Sacramento so far this season. Seems to be when he scores, Sacramento typically wins. Going to be vital for him to come out here and have a good showing and put in a good shift.
5 goals, 3 assists for the Sacramento native. Let's see what he can do again. He had a goal last time. These two sides got together against Phoenix and Republic. And here's a good look at what Cameron Walsh has been able to do. Now let's take a look on the other side with Phoenix Rising. And they've got their star goalkeeper, Carl Wazinski, who started most of the season. Now he's turned back. And this time, he's going to have another good shift on this end if he hopes to quiet this Republic side.
Another guy to keep an eye on, number 20, Solomon Asante. Absolutely fantastic at taking set pieces. Has done a really good job for Phoenix this year, and it's someone Sacramento's got to keep an eye on. Can really hurt you otherwise.
And so for the Republic, someone who has been dangerous, 5 goals, 4 assists, 42 chances created. It's one of the best in all of USL play. Now let's take a look. The head coach for Phoenix Rising is Patrice Calderon, former Mali's men's national team player. He's one of the most successful coaches in Phoenix history. And meanwhile, for the Republic, again, Simon Elliott has his team off to an incredible start at 7-3-3. What a year he has put in for a team that you didn't have a whole lot of idea of what you were getting at the start of the season. Well, here we are now, and this club is rolling, and they're right in the top of the Western Conference. Referee tonight is Victor Rivas. The Republic in Old Glory red. The visitors from Phoenix, they will be in white. They will head to the south end of the field. Republic will head to the north. 73 degrees here at kickoff at Papa Murphy's Park, and a much warmer start than what we had on Wednesday. 5 degrees warmer. I think we'll take it after a cold, blistering night in the middle of summer, I might add, here at Papa Murphy's Park on Wednesday. But a big win nonetheless in the Open Cup. Let's take a look now at our UC Davis Health Injury Report, where the latest health news, events, photos, and more. Find them on Twitter and Instagram at UC Davis Health. Kevin Aleman and Cole Seiler each out with injuries. Aleman had surgery on his right knee yesterday. He will be out for a couple of weeks. Cole Seiler still looking to see if he will be able to return here in the month of June. We're about ready to go. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Papa Murphy's Park is the site. The Rising, the Republic, third place is where they currently stand, just a point behind. The Timbers, too, are having a surprising season, but these two sides know what's at stake as the Real Monarchs continue to spread that lead up at the top of the table. So tonight, 3 points will go a long way for both of these sides. Kevin, what do you hope to see out of the gate?
Out of the gate, I want to see these guys both come out firing. I know Phoenix is going to be doing the same thing, but Sacramento's got to be able to take the game to Phoenix as well, and don't sit back too much, because you know that this team's going to come out firing on all cylinders.
Well, Sacramento, last time these two sides met, won 3-1, as we talked about in the pregame. And Kevin, 15 shots allowed. The Republic side, we saw Phoenix just pepper Josh Cohen for that first 45 minutes, but it was 2 key passes that made all the difference. 2 goals as they went into the locker room made all the difference. They escaped with a 3-1 victory.
Yeah, Josh Cohen did a really good job in the last match between these two teams, just keeping Sacramento involved in that game.
He's been brilliant all year, and here we go from Papa Murphy's Park. Mitchell Tainter in the back, a solid back four that has played so well. They're back again. Mitchell Tainter, Carlos Rodriguez, and Shannon Gomez. We've seen a couple of changes on that left back position. Now with Josh Turnley ready to go, we've seen Justin Schmidt and Josh Turnley play that left back position. Turnley did not play on Wednesday night in the U.S. Open Cup match. What do you hope to see from him here tonight?
Good step here by Adam Moffitt.
And Moffitt goes down hard, holding his right shin. And James Moose is going to get a talking to from Victor Rivas, the referee here tonight. And it does not look to be good for number 16, Adam Moffitt. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at your Chevy keys to the match, Kevin.
Yeah, first and foremost, this is going to be the third game in 7 days for Sacramento, so it's really important, vital in my opinion, to start well. First 5 or 10 minutes, come out here, perform, start linking up, get used to the pace of this game. Second, the wide play. I feel like Sacramento plays so well when the wide play is effective. And you got the guys like the likes of Vian Bijev, you got the guys of Kamawasa when they're out wide, Wilson Nisha. Want to see those guys up front, especially on the flanks, coming out strong and having an effective match. And then finally, engage quickly. Phoenix is able to pull the trigger and shoot from all over the pitch. Step to those attacking players, get their head down, and don't let them have the opportunity to get their head up and pick spots out and strikes from distance.
Sacramento, brilliant play on Wednesday against the MLS side Sounders. They seem to be a solid shape. We talked about playing a full 90 against Orange County and how well they played now in 2 consecutive matches for Simon Elliott and this staff. They've got to be feeling pretty good about how this team is progressing at this point in the season.
I completely agree. I think we've been talking about it all year where they're still getting results, but not playing well. And we want to play better. They want to play better. I think the last 2 matches we're really starting to see a Sacramento team that's fun to watch. Talking to a couple people that went to the game on Wednesday, like this, the team's good this year. Like they play well. They're fun to watch. So we're finally seeing Simon getting his guys at full capacity right now, and it's going to be a really tough stretch here coming up. They've got a ton of games over the next 2 or 3 weeks, and they're coming off a 3-game week this week. So it's going to be important to see how fitness plays into this and the depth. But a really, really good sign to see Sacramento really start to hit their stride in the middle of June.
Well, how fun for Simon Elliott to feel that his team hasn't played that best, and they're right there at the top of the table.
It's a great sign.
It's a great sign for this team that's off to another really good start. And here is Yuri Matiasic. He's going to curl one down low, easily played away by Gladison Owako. Looking to support it in as the big center back. It's Carlos Rodriguez with the intended target, but Carl Wazinski, the 29-year-old out of Indiana, scoops it up as he gets his second consecutive start for this side. We talked about the amount of games Republic have played Saturday, Wednesday, and here we again on Saturday. Meanwhile, Phoenix, they haven't played in 10 days, so a bit of changes here for a rested Phoenix side, and then you have a side with Simon Elliott who has to figure out what type of players is he moving in and out, because this isn't one of those games where you can put in some guys who haven't got a lot of run. This is a very important game here tonight.
Absolutely. I see Adam Moffat trying to catch Wazinski off his line right there. Just gives me a chuckle with Adam Moffat never being bashful to pull the trigger. We say that pretty much every game now.
But when you look at Simon Elliott and how he's had to manage this lineup in minutes compared to what Patrice Calderon has had to do, what are the difference here tonight?
Yeah, I think it comes in spells too through the course of any season. You're going to have matches, or you're going to have moments where you have a tough stretch of 2 or 3 weeks. The big thing to deal with right now for Simon is how do you manage the legs of your players, if you will. You've got a tough week this week. You had a midweek game that went 120 minutes. And, you know, you don't see the likes of Bijev out here tonight, so maybe it's a kind of a decision by Simon. I know he kind of probably picked up a small little knock maybe, but still not seeing him out here, giving him a rest. And kind of you got to really pick and choose what players you feel need a rest, you feel can go, you feel are fresh, and it's really kind of having that day in and day out relationship with your players and picking that and figuring out who's given a rest and who's not. And on the opposite side for Patrice, it's just simply like, listen, we're going to go full go here. Don't have Didier Drogba in the lineup, but other than that, we're full go. We're going to play. Hopefully our guys are fresh and they're not lackadaisical because they're not playing that many games.
So they will have a game on Wednesday, as will the Republic again. So Republic not catching a break as Chris Cortez tries to step in front of Tainter. This ball's laid up, looking for Cameron Rossa, making a decent run from Jaime Villarreal, who's continued to play well in his 3rd consecutive match. You mentioned Didier Drogba. Where is he? Well, he has not traveled particularly in the last 2 seasons with the Phoenix side on away games. Add to that this year, he's also going to be an analyst for the BBC network during the World Cup. So we may not see Didier Drogba with his Phoenix side for the next couple of weeks or so. Ball quickly back up, and here's the captain, Solomon Asante, and a dangerous player. 5 goals, 4 assists on the year. What an addition he has been. He has really helped out the likes of a player like Chris Cortez. Quick touches, this side's gonna go for it. Curling ball in, dangerous already as Jason Johnson was near the 6. And Mitchell Tainter able to send it away. How quickly this team responds. That back line's gonna be busy here tonight for Republic.
A really good ball in the box there by Asante. Fortunate for Sacramento, Jason Johnson looks like he mistimes his run and is unable to put anything significant on it.
So with a team that pressed high, we saw Sacramento look to counter, send balls over the top. Will we see more of that tonight?
You know, yet to be determined. I think it's still, you go down to Phoenix, obviously you got to deal with the weather. I think that might have been a strategy that Simon implemented for that particular game. So, I mean, right now I don't think Sacramento's sitting back here in the first 6 minutes. It's been kind of stop and go so far, but I don't envision Sacramento changing anything specific for this game compared to earlier in the week.
Well, it's interesting to see. Watch Jeremy Hall, number 22 of the Republic. He'll drop back, and some of the center backs like Mitchell Tainter or Carlos Rodriguez will run forward along with Adam Moffat. 50 move here from Villarreal. Back to Matiasic, looking for Villarreal just inside the 18. Cleared away, and it's Owako looking to break, and he can't hang on to it. Neither can Von Lambert. So Sacramento capitalizing on mistakes early here by Phoenix.
Great little combination play between Villarreal and Yuri Matiasic. Love seeing that. These guys 1 and 2 touch, moving the ball quickly, moving off the ball. Probably a little bit too unselfish there by Villarreal. Like to maybe see him have a strike.
Interesting formation tonight. We saw mostly 5 in the back. A lot of Jeremy Hall on Wednesday dropping back in to help. But here tonight, Hall's moved up. We've seen Adam Moffat go forward. Jaime Villarreal already in the 18 a couple of times. So this could be a fun match. Sacramento looks to be fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, pretty well They're evenly matched up, I feel like. And you just got some firepower up front for Phoenix that you're going to have to deal with.
Carlos Rodriguez, a 20-year-old from Torreon, just celebrating his birthday last week, and the strides that he has made. And he has really started to focus in on that through ball and sending balls up over the top, and it causes plays just like that. Maybe not that play, but the initial pressure is there. And the growth of Carlos Rodriguez we've seen in 2018 has been phenomenal.
Yeah, he's kind of, you know, settling in here. It's been about 18 months since he's come in. And we've seen the talent, we've seen his ability. Just the consistency hasn't been there, and hopefully he's kind of figuring things out right now. He seems to be, the last few games, he's looked really sharp.
One thing played in the Republic's favor is that these 3 games this week have all been here at Papa Murphy's Park. And Adam Moffat just lost sight of it. Decent ball from the left side from Yuri Matiasic, who had the game-winning goal on Wednesday over the Seattle Sounders. In a U.S. Open Cup play, that's the 2nd consecutive season now for Sacramento. They'll move on to the 5th round. Can they upset an LAC side? And offside here for Jason Johnson. Lost to the Galaxy 2-0 a year ago down in Carson, California. This time on June 20th, they'll head to the new Bank of California against LAFC. And what a fortuitous moment. You had Seattle and you had LAFC in the preseason, and here come the U.S. Open Cup play. The 2 MLS teams are going to play. Seattle and LAFC in exactly that order. So see if Sacramento can get things done. That is in a week or 2 weeks from now here. It'll be on June 20th down in Los Angeles for the 5th round of the U.S. Open Cup. So Yuri Matiasic with that game-winning goal in extra time, and they did not want to get 2 penalty kicks. And Cameron Awasa saying, we came off the field after regular time, and you took a look at their side, and they just looked dead. So we have 30 minutes to run them off the field. Kevin, that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, they kept their foot on the gas, which is really good to see. Talk about character again. We talk about that often with Sacramento. I think this year they've done a great job with fighting back in games and getting goals in really important moments. And a great example of that on Wednesday night, conceding in the 91st, 92nd, 93rd minute, and being able to kind of bring yourself back, come in, have a little discussion with the team, and have that mentality that, like, no, we're not going to roll over here and wait for penalties. We're going to go take it to these guys, and we're going to put everything out on the field. And if it's enough, it's enough. And they did a great job.
120 minutes, and I wouldn't say a perfect game, but a pretty good game. Yuri Matiasic threw a ball decently from the back line, sends a cross in. We're looking for some help. Cameron Awasa there, but will return to action, and he's right along the byline there. Mitchell Taintor battling with Chris Cortez, and Cortez steps. Decent challenge, and it's going to come in. Victor Rivas is going to draw the foul against Mitchell Taintor, and it could be more. He's going to check on Gladison Awako.
A little late here. Sante down on the ground.
Sorry, excuse me, you're right. It's Solomon Asante.
Asante is just a step quicker than.
And he may have landed a bit awkwardly.
I think it's one of those situations you're going to embellish things a little bit, and it's like landing on your chin.
So Victor Rivas and Mitchell Taintor hug it out here the touch line. No yellow card issue. So after 11 minutes, game's first foul, but we remain scoreless between the Rising and the Republic here. 2 teams 7-3-3 on the season. Sacramento beat Orange County last Saturday 1-0. A penalty kick goal by Jeremy Hall was a difference maker. It was Vian Bajev who drew the penalty in the box. Now it's Phoenix in the attacking third. Good crossing ball. Josh Cohen able to pick it up. And he'll get that attack running early. Here's Wilson Nisha. Start to see a little bit more of that, allowing Josh Cohen to take chances, and Wilson Nisha just sprinting, trying to get behind that back line.
Yeah, I think utilizing Josh Cohen's distribution is really good out of the back. One of those things that kind of an unsung little character trait for goalkeepers that I think Josh Cohen, we might have talked about this before, really good with the ball at his feet and great distribution, and can spring a quick counterattack like we just saw with a well-struck ball from his hands.
Carlos Rodriguez moving forward, pops up on Amadou Dia, and that's going to be a handball and a free kick for the Republic. And you talk about Josh Cohen being good at his feet, and there is going to be a yellow card, as they're saying the birthday kid Amadou Dia celebrating his 25th birthday yesterday. Did it intentionally.
unlucky, really, in my opinion, right there. Dia probably does, lean into it just a little bit, but to pull up a caution off that, pretty unfortunate.
Compared to Mitchell Taylor, who did not receive a yellow card. So the first yellow card coming in the 13th minute against Dia.
See how these runs are for Sacramento.
Adam Moffitt over it. Victor Rivas continues his conversation with. Appears to be Solomon Asante regarding what happened. And Gladys Inawako also having a word or two. Ball driven hard by Moffitt. Here's Cameron Awasa trying to sweep it through, and it's just going to sail out of play. Not quite there.
That's a pretty good look. It's tough little piece of skill right there for Cam Awasa. It's going to take just a little bit of a flick on that right foot. He tries to do it just right off his toe. But a decent look. Just mistimes it a little bit. But I like that. I mean, the idea's there for Cam.
Decent angling ball, second right back. This is what Phoenix is hoping for. They're going to pounce on things when they have an opportunity. Big swing from Gladys Inawako. Down goes Moffitt and through back to Kevon Lambert, who's been just a tad off here to start this match here at Papa Murphy's Park. Back to Lambert. Big battering ram type of forward. He is going to push his weight around. And meanwhile, it's the crafty Asante. He's going to lift it up over the top. So good at his feet. And Asante, 17 caps with the Ghana men's national team, signed with Phoenix in the offseason. And this was a team that already had a lot of decent strikers. Alessandro Rigi had really played in the midfield as a guy that would maestro and control this offense. This year, it's been Solomon Asante. Kevin, you can make argument he might be the most dangerous player in the Western Conference.
I completely agree. I mean, his resume's there, and he still has a lot of spring in his legs left. And whenever he gets the ball, he's a guy that, looks dangerous. But's had a really good season this year. It's been fun watching him.
Little mismatch there as Jason Johnson goes shoulder to shoulder, and Shannon Gomez isn't going to win that battle very often, as you have 6'4" going against 5'7". So for Phoenix, after falling to the Republic 3-1 at home, they would then drop the game 1-0 against Swope Park, the first time they lost back-to-back games here in this 2018 season. They did get a rebound 10 days ago, beating St. Louis 3-1. Republic trying to create something here. Yuri Matiasic not giving up on it is Wilson Nishaw. And we've seen Wilson Nishaw's pace increase. He's starting to make better runs, and he's found his place now into the starting 11, where he was in and out for those first 5, 6, 7 weeks.
Yeah, a couple little nagging injuries as well. Couldn't really, set himself or establish himself in that lineup. Seems to be doing well over the last few weeks. And an opportune time, really, to be honest, I think, with the amount of games, amount of minutes coming up for the Republic.
Or for our fans at home, you can follow live stats and more via Twitter through the Twitter handle, SacRepublicFC, or hashtag SACVPHX.
Two great little plays there. Great entry pass by Carlos Rodriguez, and a nice little ball in to the overlapping Shannon Gomez on that right side. But really like seeing that coming out from Carlos Rodriguez, actually. I think that's another piece of skill that center back needs to have. His entry passes need to have the right weight. Need to be able to pick out little opportunities like that, and we've seen him do it this year so far a couple times, Carlos Rodriguez, and we see him do it again right there.
Here's the game's first corner kick. Yuri Matiasic, the Slovenian national. Ball dropped in. A good strike here coming from Carlos Rodriguez. Republic not done yet. Jaime Villarreal, and a deflection. It was a handball in the box. Will not be called. May have been inadvertent. Either way, the Republic have another corner kick coming up.
Yeah, good effort right there. Looks like the first one comes off Carlos Rodriguez, off of Cam Awasa. Back up. Jaime does a great job of bringing this ball down. See it right here. Good strike off Cam Awasa. Comes back down. Villarreal does a great job and a good strike off the chest.
Ball struck well. Wazinski played it better. It was the type of plays we saw on Wednesday from Sacramento. Even a little bit against Orange County on Saturday. But the attack, they took their time. They were patient that final third. I think that was an issue last year. We didn't see the calmness in that final third. Here's, once again, Solomon Asante lays it off perfectly. Ball struck, bounced around. Mitchell Taylor will have to send it away.
Wonderful ball, a little underlap right there. You see the Solomon Asante, we talked about it earlier, but a great piece of skill right there, waiting for that underlap to happen. Good weight on it. And once again, Josh Cohen doing what he needs to do. Look at this, a great weight on this pass. One touch, good effort right there by Awako. But a great ball in by Solomon Asante.
Awako 2 assists on the season. He's been much more aggressive here this evening. Didier Drogba again not in the lineup. Short corner, Asante takes a deflection off the back of Shannon Gomez.
It's well done by Sacramento.
First corner kick for Phoenix, and now they'll get their second. Ball lofted, back, opportunity, and it's Josh Cohen who will watch it sail past his goal. Chris Cortez, though, 6 goals, 1 assist on the year, had 5 goals a year ago, already surpassing his total 5 assists, however, last year. That has dropped, but because of Solomon Asante, there hasn't been the need for Chris Cortez to play that he did last year, and that comes also with a little bit of a change in tactics. Last year they played more of a counter attack style, looking for the outlets, racing up and down, and Chris Cortez was a big part of that. This year they're starting to press high, they possess the ball longer, they're looking for Asante and Awako to try to make plays, look for Cortez, Lambert, or Johnson crashing, which is a nightmare for this back line, for any back line in the USL, and the reason why they're the #1 team in goals scored. A high kick as Gladison Awako goes down.
A lot of boots in the air right there. Don't even know, could have been his own player, give him a thump.
And with all this talent in the attack for Phoenix, and you have guys like Billy Forbes, Kevon Frater, and Didier Drogba either on the 18 or not in the first 11 or not playing tonight. And here's a side that is the #1 goals scored at 26 on the year. They've taken 212 shots, Kevin.
It's a lot of shots.
Mind that to the Republic, who are 9th, it's 163. Meanwhile, both teams are tied at 7-3-3 on the year. Still no score 20 minutes in, as Cody Wakasa, the Cal Poly graduate, looks to make a curling run. This ball sent in deep, easily played by the Republic, and then we'll cycle it back out. This Phoenix die, we talk about the offense. They have scored 3 or more 5 times this year. Only have given up at 3 goals twice. One was in a win over Los Angeles. The other was to this Republic side at home, where they have not played well this year. 2-2-2. Meanwhile, on the road, they're 5-1-1. A much better team. Kevin, how do you explain that? It's really flipping all the conventional theory on its head.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those, first part of the season, maybe the law of averages will figure themselves out at the end of the year. But take it on the road when you have it, man.
Deep throw, Jason Johnson ahead to it. Josh Cohen in front of Chris Cortez. And a light applause from the crowd here at Papa Murphy's Park. Drogba, Johnson, Regi, and Asante have 21 of the club's 26 goals. Here's the pressure. Chris Cortez up high a lot. Asante quickly turns it right back over, and Josh Turnley will look to possess. Carlos Rodriguez loves that angling ball. Weighted nicely, carried a little bit.
Take that all day. That's where you want to miss if you're Carlos Rodriguez. Miss a little long, put in the corner, try to pin him in. But really, I think Yuri's got to start recognizing Carlos Rodriguez loves hitting that ball, and he can execute it.
Johnson's going to leave it for Amadou Dia. Dia angling in, looking for a bit of space. He may give it a go, lays it off to Gavon. Lambert's there inside the 6. Good defending from Shannon Gomez, and a goal kick for the Sacramento Republic. As Shannon Gomez again proving why he belongs in the starting 11.
Yeah, great little tackle, great effort from Shannon Gomez. I'm gonna look right here. Get a pinball in the 18-yard box. Gomez finds himself in the right spot, making it difficult for Lambert.
Phoenix had started off the season playing a 4-3-3 for the first 8 games. They switched it up and now play this 3-4-3. A little bit higher pressure and allows players like Amadou Dia and James Musa to get into the attack when needed. Musa will hang back a bit more. Meanwhile, for Sacramento, they go to this 4-3-3. And at times you'll see a 4-2-3-1, but with so many games, it seems that Simon Elliott's trying to possess a little bit more. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Here's Josh Turnley, good left foot, angling in. Here's an opportunity for Wilson Nishaw to clean it up. Dia goes back for it and into the corner. It'll be a throw for Phoenix.
A lot of good to take out of that. Good couple of runs. Good seeing Josh Turnley get out that left flank. Can serve a really good ball in the box with his left foot. And also on that backside, you got Wilson Nishaw crashing just a little bit late. But still, you want to see that action on the far post from your opposite side winger crashing in.
Throw for the Republic now. Both teams are 3-2 in their last 5 matches. Sacramento, after a loss, has come back to win each of those next contests. So after the 3 losses, they've come back and picked up 3 wins. So a team that is resilient, a word that we have used over and over with this Republic side. Even in matches where they have not played well, they've either been it or come back to win or at least tie the game. Dia, far left side, he's going to send a low angling cross in. Josh Cohen will go to his knees smartly. But now it's starting to come and pick up. Not the attack that we saw down in Phoenix, Kevin, but getting out wide, trying to make runs for their big strikers in Lambert and Johnson and Cortez.
Yeah, they're stepping really high right now. Turnley's probably had 3 or 4 of those balls he's played out of bounds so far. Or excuse me, Tainter.
Seems that maybe Tainter and Turnley not quite on the same page here. Square ball, perfect turnover here for opportunity for Sacramento. Nisha moving forward, has opportunity, takes a big look, will lay it out back to Shannon Gomez. The attack still coming for Sacramento. Gomez with plenty of space. Not a turnover that Sacramento is hoping for. Jeremy Hall wins the ball right back, and the reason why he wears the captain's armband. Here's Gomez again. Gomez down low. Iwasa, quick touch to Adam Moffett. Adam Moffett looking, little nice run. Here's Gomez. They're going to call him offside. That's a tough one. Quite close, to say the least.
Yeah, good play, though. Good build-up. Got him. Adam Moffett times it pretty nicely. Gonna look at it. Not sure how much offside or how far he's off. But you get a look right here. Adam Moffett Holden sees this run. Shannon Gomez, great little backdoor cut. Maybe just a hair off, but still the timing's there.
But to get Dia and Farrell and some of these center back and defensive mids to start thinking about those runs is probably going to pay off later on here in this match. Acosta left-footed strike. Jeremy Hall will go up. Finds its way to Asante. Asante leaving it up. A big play coming for Phoenix. Good defending again. Carlos Rodriguez out of play. A corner kick as Josh Cohen couldn't keep it in play. But here we end. Carlos Rodriguez, another big defensive play in the last 3 weeks. We've seen a couple of those.
It's a huge tackle. You're in the box. You're absolutely completely exposed if you're Carlos Rodriguez.
Here's Asante. Outward. Controlled by Gomez. He's looking to spring Iwasa forward. Instead, Adia will step in front. And Phoenix not done. Back post. Here's Turnley. Head following is Asante, high kick, battling with Matiasic. Matiasic wins with the weight room points. Gonna lay it up for Wilson Nisha to get a run for it. Beats out Cody Wakasa. Now he's looking to turn just outside the 18. Has help, looking for some friendlies. And it'll play away from Cameron Owasa, but Turnley will retain the possession.
I think it's the wrong decision. Looks like he had Matiasic with a little trailing run. Wilson Nisha did. Well done by him to get himself in that inside the 18.
Matiasic so skillful with this team and comes from Slovenia as English is starting to get better and better each week, and they're really starting to find a groove with this young winger, number 23, Yuri Matiasic. 1 goal, 1 assist in USL play, and of course we remember what happened on Wednesday where he had the game-winning goal. Owasa shielding well. We've seen more of that in the last couple of weeks. Owasa has a little bit of space. Wilson Nisha not quite ready for it. And Jaime Villarreal may have been offside anyway. Now here comes Phoenix.
A good chance for Phoenix to break here. Good job by Sacramento, slowing it down.
And while they haven't done as much of that this year, they still have a dangerous counterattack. Well, for all Indomitable season ticket holders, if you still haven't picked up your ID card limited edition scarf, contact the club at 916-307-6100. Just a misplay here by Phoenix. And you can see Kevon Lambert having conversations with his back line, Joseph Farrell and Mike DeFont and company, and they just don't seem to be on the same page yet.
I think it's fortunate for them. I think Sacramento's probably in the same boat, and they're attacking third, where that final pass just isn't working for him.
Musa stepping up. Tanner gets in there. Look at Matiasic fly up the field. Now he's got Wilson Nisha. Perfect little dink up over the top, a little bit out wide, and allow Carl Wazinski to get to it. Watch highlights from every game on the 2018 USL season. A bonus content from around the league. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/USL. It's as easy as that. Here's Gladys Awatko, looking for his 3rd assist on the year, and he's pushed down easily. We're seeing Gladys Awatko down a couple times here. He's trying to draw a foul. No doubt about it. He's a scrappy young player and tied with Solomon Asante in the midfield. Both those players not afraid to get out wide, try to send a ball to the middle in that final third here for this Phoenix side. No real threat from either side quite yet. Over the top goes Mitchell Tainter to keep it out of the danger zone. Gutsy play himself there. Mitchell Tainter, big star at Rutgers University, and signed a 1-year deal here after spending the last 2 seasons with Toronto. There's that battle again as Gomez earns the foul against Jason Johnson. Jason Johnson, the Jamaican, had 13 goals, 3 assists for Phoenix last year, led the team in goal scoring, was with San Antonio the season prior to that. And you look at a team that he had with that San Antonio was Billy Forbes, who had double-digit goals in 2017. And instead of go to a team, Kevin, which is a little perplexing, he came to Phoenix, which was stacked with strikers, because he said he wanted the opportunity to play with Didier Drogba and some of these big names, but he's finding himself. He's come off as a sub and is playing more minutes as of late, but he's not had the starting minutes that he got in San Antonio.
That's interesting. That's what a player like Drogba will do. He'll attract other players that want to see what he can do, be around it. You can talk to some of the Sacramento players when Drogba was here for 2 weeks. The impact that he left on these guys, his professionalism, how hard he trained.
Just check out their social media pages. Plastered with Drogba pictures. And there's less than that, and that's what we've talked about too, without the Republic having an MLS partnership to have guys come up and down is part of the competition that happens in training, but also learning some of these tricks and trade that these other players like a Tommy Thompson or Adam John have learned while playing in MLS. Carlos Rodriguez not afraid to try to get this attack coming from the center back position. Phoenix able to snuff it out here. Now they'll try to counter on their own. And Mitchell Taylor will have none of it. Speaking of social media, want to get exclusive video content and photography from across the USL? Well, make sure to follow the league's official Instagram account at USL Soccer. We'll talk about that Drogba effect as well. Patrice Calderon becoming the coach late in the stages, just not before the start of the regular season last year. He was recruited by Didier Drogba. Here's an opportunity to step for Yuri Matiasic, misplayed by Wakasa. Now here's a chance. And the Republic will take it. It'll be a throw. As Joseph Farrell didn't have much room to go with. But how about that? You even able to recruit a coach. It's pretty rare at the USL level. For a, well, I guess we talked Didier Drogba, but it all goes out the window, Kevin. Zaynert looking for some space.
It's unreal. I mean, that's probably the 6th ball he's put out of bounds.
Very un-Mitchell Tainter-like, to say the least. And when you play these many games, you've had training. Is there, you talk about heavy legs, sometimes there's a mental fatigue to this as well, especially when you have 120 minutes just a few nights ago. Matiasic can't keep it. Lambert, who's dropped back, will send it to Amadou Diab, the Frenchman. Cross, here's Tainter, Lambert, high boot, collision in the midfield with Moffitt, and now Jason Johnson and Shannon Gomez continuing the battle. And again, it'll be Gomez who will earn the whistle from Victor Rivas.
I don't know how much there is there, to be honest. I think Jason Johnson's doing a good job being a pest.
Big talented player, 13 overall pick by Houston. And that was in 2013, and then he was bounced around between MLS, traded to Chicago, and then found his way in San Antonio in 2016. Is trying to work his way up. There's no doubt about the physical talent is there. It's that mental side of the game that creates the difference between these two sides in leagues. Here's a little bit of pressure coming from the backside, and Carlos Rodriguez able to find his goalkeeper, Josh Cohen. Knee shot trying to shield. To the left side, Owako. Adam Moffitt, ever steady in the pitch for this Republic side.
So Carlos Rodriguez going down here.
I don't know if he took someone to the chest. This would be here holding his leg, but Victor Rivas is telling you they're going to blow the whistle. They're going to bring out the training staff to see what's going on with Carlos Rodriguez. And here's the bigger issue. You do not have Cole Seiler. He is out tonight. He has been dealing with a knee issue. They're not quite sure exactly what's going on. He was stopping a ball in training session, and his leg just tweaked a little bit weird. So they hope it's nothing major. But either way, a guy in Cole Seiler who you expected to probably start this season, after having several successful seasons in Vancouver, MLS, and USL level, he's not available, and should anything happen to one of the other center backs, you may be calling on either Adam Moffitt or Jeremy Hall to slide back.
Yeah, that's probably the decision. This is always the concerning thing with Carlos Rodriguez is it's hard to have trust and faith in him when he's fit and playing. He still goes down quite a bit, still takes little breaks like this that always lead to a concern and probably maybe a lack of confidence in him. So I want to see. I mean, that's one thing as a young player. You got to realize that, you know, even this right now, it's not a good look if, you know, for the coaching staff and Simon and his guys to look at this and say, you know, what's wrong? Is he going to be able to make it? There's everything in contingency plans in the back of their minds. So hopefully he's okay and can shake this off, but fitness has always been an issue with Carlos.
There's a different standard with center backs because you aren't as in the attack as much. You're not running up and feel. I mean, is there a difference between giving some of your midfielders a breather and feeling like we've got to manage their minutes more so than you do the two center backs in your team?
It's probably across the board. I mean, player by player would be the way I would answer that question. But it's not, you know, like your defensive units needs less of a rest than your midfield units. You know, some players are just fitter than others, and some can run for longer than others. So I don't know if this is just Carlos being gassed from playing 120 minutes on Wednesday and playing the game before. I mean, that could be it. Heavy legs. You know, once you start having heavy legs and start mentally kind of checking out, that's when injuries typically happen or mistakes typically happen. So, in either way, he's got to figure out, Carlos needs to figure out a way to stay on the pitch.
We're looking to usher him off for now. And hopefully he'll be able to quickly return. And that's the problem that Seattle Sounders had on Wednesday, is when Lamar Nagel had to leave in the 35th minute. All of a sudden, they're now down a man and lost a substitution. And it really hurt them when the game went to extra time, as they had to make a substitution there, then made 2 during the game. And just did not have the willpower to continue on. Likely be a short corner here. Quickly back in, angling ball. As James Musa will try to keep it in the deep of the Republic's final third here. Adam Moffat up to volley. Cameron Owasso will send it up the field and smartly give this Republic team a break from that last possession by Phoenix.
Jeremy Hall sliding back for the time being for Carlos Rodriguez in that center back role.
So just 10 men on the field for Sacramento. So Josh Cohen and company are have to be a bit more sharp to throw at a dangerous Phoenix side that has 26 goals. They score every 45 minutes. That's the best in all of USL. How about Cameron Owasso? He has been a workhorse this year, and as Joseph Farrell goes diving into the ad boards, he'll be right back up and appears to be okay. And here's a guy, he has started every single match this year, has put in shifts and doesn't appear to be slowing. At some point, you're gonna have to give 31 a little bit of a break, but right now he's just playing too well. And Carlos Rodriguez back into the game, so Sacramento with a full 11. Wazinski, just 5 appearances last year with the Rising. It was Josh Cohen in goal for most of the games for this Phoenix side. Headed forward. Cohen will come out to play it. But Wazinski in 2016, 25 appearances, 5 shutouts. But it was 2015 where he saw a lot of action. 130 saves, and at that time a USL record. And where he had 7 critical saves against the Republic side here in a game late in the season. It was a 0-0 draw in September of 2015. As the Republic scored 23 shots. Here's Adam Moffat looking for an opportunity for Wilson Nisha. Wilson Nisha being held by Dia just for a moment. It was enough, and down goes Yuri Matiasic, and there's going to be a penalty kick coming up for the Sacramento Republic. A big mistake from Mamadou Dia, and now Yuri Matiasic able to draw the foul, and the crowd loving it here at Papa Murphy's Park. Kevin, what a get for Sacramento here in the 42nd.
Yeah, a silly play there by Amadou Dia. You've got a great little step out there by Yuri Matiasic. Does a great job to get on the end of the ball. It's going nowhere, going away from goal, almost going out of bounds. There's no reason, if you're Dia, to even foul here. Stand him up, work your feet. He's got his hands on his back. I mean, he's got all the right in the world to shove. There's definitely a slip.
You put 2 hands out, that's going to be a pretty easy call for Victor Rivas.
Definitely unfortunate.
And a bit of a hold a little bit earlier in that play was not called. But here's Jeremy Hall. Jeremy Hall with the game-winning penalty kick against Orange County, and Carl Wazinski going to take his time getting some water. But
like gamesmanship happening here, and this is where the referee needs to get a hold. You got to get the Phoenix guys out of the way. Clearly going to try to mess with the ball, but really also something to think about here. Final 5 minutes of the half, Rob. This is where Sacramento needs to start to excel. It's a good opportunity here to nab one quickly.
Jeremy Hall, 1 goal in the season. It was that goal a Saturday ago here at Papa Murphy's Park. Similar situation, drove down to the box, a teammate. He's going to go ahead and take it, and Victor Rivas is stopping the clock for a moment as Mitchell Tainer and a couple of others are jostling for position just beyond the 18 line. Republic going to be looking for a rebound as well, as Tainter and now Mike DeFont continue to push one another. Now Victor Rivas is going to have a further conversation between these two sides.
See, this is the gamesmanship right now, where you need to get a hold of this, pull out a caution, calm everyone down, and really this benefits Phoenix more than Sacramento. The longer that Jeremy Hall is going to stand on the ball, you got more gamesmanship going on over here with the guys stepping up and moving the ball around. This benefits Phoenix more than it does. You don't want to be standing over this ball if you're Jeremy Hall thinking about it. Hopefully he's got his placement picked out in his head already, and don't change. Once you start thinking, oh, well, maybe I'll go the other way, maybe you doubt yourself, you are absolutely dead in the water. Hopefully he's picked his spot and he's stuck with it.
This is why you have a veteran over the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the more indecisive you get when you're taking a penalty, the worse off you are.
Crowd rumbling their feet here at Papa Murphy's Park. Hall moving forward. He's going to take it, chip it up over the top, and they miss it. And Phoenix is feeling good after that. A disappointing result for the Sacramento Republic, and anguish on the face of Jeremy Hall.
Yeah, I mean, I think once again, there's too much time there. And Victor Rivas, in my opinion, has got to get his hand on that situation earlier. There's no way Jeremy Hall should be spending that much time. That being said, it's a penalty. You need to hit target.
And a rare misstep for the captain, number 22, Jeremy Hall, 29-year-old, who has been so brilliant since stepping on to this pitch for the Sacramento Republic a year and a half ago. But a big miss there, and that's the second time this season Sacramento has missed a penalty kick. And it hurt them against the Real Monarchs. It would have been the game-tying goal. Here it would have been a goal to put this Republic side up. But instead, as we go into the locker room in just a few moments, it may be tied. No score between the two. Over the top, flag stays down for Asante. Asante cuts back in, looking into the 18. He's trying to find an angle, goes down, will not get it, and he may have taken a dive, and the ball is set back up. Well, these 4 minutes of extra stoppage time are brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards Program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleigh's.com. Asante trying to draw a penalty on the other side. Cohen has to come out. Cortez was there. May have been offside either way.
I think Victor Rivas needs to probably pull out a caution right there on Asante. Looks like definitely going down, diving, looking for that penalty.
Hard-driven ball from Josh Cohen, as Sacramento and Phoenix each have about 3 minutes to try to make something happen in this first half of action. Decent challenge coming from the back. Building is Phoenix. Jeremy Hall comes to look help. A walkout, deep cross. Coming to clean it up, Chris Cortez. Quick header, he'll try to go down to the box. Pops right back up, may have slipped as he tried to cut around Josh Turnley.
You got the Sac bench. I mean, they're up in arms right now. Lots of Phoenix guys going down pretty soft, searching for that penalty. You start to see they think that Victor Rivas might be a little bit more ready to blow his whistle, considering he allowed a penalty earlier.
Decent combination from Phoenix. Johnson looking to turn that corner. Comes for reinforcement. Reinforcements is Jaime Villarreal. A lot of time on that ball for Jason Johnson. The Republic will take that if he's the player out wide and not crashing toward goal. Waka will turn back to Dia. Got away with that foul in the box. Republic not able to take advantage on a Jeremy Hall penalty kick. And we remain scoreless here between the Rising and the Republic. Both teams fighting for those 3 points, so valuable here as they try to remain in stride with the Real Monarchs. A push from Jeremy Hall won't get the call. Sacramento looking to counter as well. Cameron Iwasa, decent little flick to the right side. Here is Wilson Nishaw, the Englishman. He goes down hard, and we may see a yellow card coming. And nonetheless, it'll be a foul at the very least. And Wilson Nishaw can't believe it's not more.
It's a great job by Cam Iwasa. Good athletic play, flicking the ball over to Wilson Nishaw. And look, just DeFont just diving in, not working his feet.
DeFont played in Sacramento. 29 appearances, 4 goals with the Republic in 2016. He's bought by the Colorado Rapids, and now the Rapids have sent him here to Phoenix. And we have a player down for Phoenix, and it looks like it may be Solomon Asante, which would be a major blow to this side if he can't get up. Still arguing for what he thought should have been a call. May have turned his ankle there, and either way, he's eating away the clock here and taking extra time again. But going back to that Jeremy Hall missed penalty kick, here's a veteran, and that's something that you would typically expect, but it happens to all players. We've seen it at the highest level in the World Cup and the Olympics, coming from the biggest names and teams in the world. Did Phoenix win the mental chess piece there?
Yeah, I think that you definitely need to factor it in when you look at the end result there. There's probably a few minutes that go by between the time Jeremy Hall initially sets the ball down to when he actually takes the penalty. And like I said before, the longer the time is, the longer that gap is, the more indecisive players typically get.
Ball sent in. Hard rebounds right back out. And there is the whistle. So Victor Rivas blows the whistle, and neither side able to put one up on the board. Sacramento with the best chance is Amadou Dia, the foul into the box, and a little bit of gamemanship by the Phoenix Rising, and Jeremy Hall could not put it in the back of the net, and so they breathe a big sigh of relief as the visitors head to the locker room, lucky to have this one tied at nothing. We'll have your highlights and stats and much, much more coming up here on the My 58.
When someone else depends on you, the question of
healthcare can stop you in your tracks. But candidly, it all really comes down to one big question. Who offers the very best healthcare? UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu. During open enrollment, all those questions often lead only to confusion. But when you stop and ask, who provides the very best healthcare, suddenly it all becomes clear. UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bacon XL NY pizza, topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
What happens when you sell lots of Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Ram trucks? You become the #1 Dodge dealer in Northern California with the largest inventory in Northern California. Hey, it's Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And when you sell that many cars and trucks, you need lots of lots. Lots here, lots there, lots across the street, and online, all at the lowest price, and serviced by the best techs. Find your next car at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge, in the Oak Grove Auto Mall, online at oakgrovedodge.com. For over 60 years, our name means
Here's to making your morning routine a little better.
Enjoy a freshly brewed McCafe coffee, any size for $1, paired with a delicious sausage McMuffin with egg for just $3.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park. Back and forth here in the first half, but neither side able to draw any blitz. We remain scoreless between the Rising and the Republic. And two teams that have had a battle since the whistle first blew. So let's take a look now at our first half highlights, brought to you by NorCal Honda. And what a beginning it was for this team. As we talked about, we'll get to the highlights in a second, but first we celebrate equality here in Sacramento. And tonight, Papa Murphy's Park, a few of our players even lent their voices to support each and every member of the Sacramento Republic diverse community.
Diversity and equality
What shape and elevate our neighborhoods, our culture, and even our economy.
It is what gives Sacramento its swagger.
We see it at every Republic FC match.
It shouldn't matter where you were born, who you love, what age you are, or what faith you may or may not believe.
Here we are one community, one family. We are all equal.
We need to take the same passion, love, and indomitable spirit and share it. Chant it beyond tonight.
I am indomitable.
We are indomitable.
Our city is indomitable.
Republic for all.
Republic for all.
Republic for all.
Republic for all.
So we'll have your highlights coming up after the break. Cheers. Don't go anywhere here. No score from Papa Murphy's Park.
We came here with a unique challenge, and that was to solve the problem of producing over 500 games and do so in a cost-effective way for the clubs, in a way that produced high-quality broadcasts and standardize the look and feel of all of those productions. Outside of the live event, the match experience, outside of that, the broadcast is the window into the brand for the club and for the league. And you need to be able to capture that in a compelling way with a quality broadcast.
A large portion of the teams work with our partner Vista on REMI Productions, remote integration. What that means is that the production of the game is actually handled mostly away from site. So the way these games will work is a truck will show up locally at the stadium. There'll be 4 camera operators there, and those signals are sent all the way here to Fort Lauderdale. And here locally at Vista, the game is cut. The game has graphics put on top of it. Replay is done here, and in many cases, the play-by-play is actually done on site here at Vista as well. So after the game is fully produced, we have a signal that goes to our partner ESPN Plus for US distribution. We have a signal that goes to YouTube for international distribution. And then for the teams that have an over-the-air local broadcast regional sports network deal, the signal is sent to their partners as well. So even for the games that aren't done with a REMI production, all games flow through Vista, and all those signals have to get sent out all over the world to reach the fans of USL. Because of those REMI productions, we'll oftentimes have 5 or 6 games going on at one time. Nobody is doing sports REMI productions on this level consistently.
We have built one of the largest REMI production models of any league in the world. And now we're able to deliver anywhere in the world to our partners at ESPN, fully produced matches from all over the country. We couldn't be more thrilled with the progress we've made and some of the innovative things now we're going to be able to start to bring into the broadcast moving forward.
Fun night here, a quality night at Papa Murphy's Park. Kevin Goldthwait, Rob McAllister with you. Let's take a look now at the U.S. Open Cup. It's alive and well, and this is in the meat of the tournament. 4th round results. Let's take a look. And 3 USL sides still in the mix after Nashville took down Colorado and Louisville beat New England. And of course, Sacramento taking down Seattle. And let's take a look what happened right here on Wednesday night. It took 120 minutes to figure this thing out, but Elliott Horde finding Cameron Owasa a beauty, and that was the game's first goal at about the 60th minute.
Yeah, just a great little play there. And then obviously the 91st minute, Harry Shipp just inside of the foot, an absolute dagger to the hearts of Sacramento and Sacramento's fans, equalizing 1-1.
Devastating, and then deep into this game, it would be Yuri Matiasic, right place, right time, and Brian Meredith with an all-star performance. Easily that game could have been over long before this. Either way, Sacramento would go on to win 2-1. So here we have the 5th round after the drawing took place at 8 a.m. on Thursday. And the Timbers and the Galaxy will get together. And then Los Angeles and Sacramento as the Republic will go down to Bank of California Stadium against LAFC. And the winner of that match will take on the Timbers or the Galaxy. But it's good to see a couple of USL sides right in there, so guaranteed at least one USL side will move on to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, great tournament, and great seeing a couple of the USL contingency making some noise in this tournament, the Open Cup. And I think it's a really good opportunity to go down to the Bank of California Stadium down in LA and enjoy yourself down there. LA is going to have a little bit of break leading up to that, which I think is good news for Sacramento. Sometimes they can get a little lethargic with a long break. So, it's going to be fun nonetheless.
Should be fun. US Open Cup, such a great tournament. Don't go away. Coming back, we have your NorCal Honda highlights after this.
What happens when you sell lots of Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Ram trucks? You become the #1 Dodge dealer in Northern California with the largest inventory in Northern California. Hey, it's Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And when you sell that many cars and trucks, you need lots of lots. Lots here, lots there, lots across the street, and online, all at the lowest price, and serviced by the best techs. Find your next car at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge, in the Oak Grove Auto Mall, online at oakgrovedodge.com. For over 60 years, our name means
the difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
When you set out to find new roads, you can't do it alone. You need a partner on the journey, one you can count on. More and more people are finding themselves in a Chevrolet for the first time. Trying something new can be exciting, empowering, downright exhilarating. See for yourself why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall.
See your greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
Morning, Mom.
Here's to making your morning routine a little better.
Enjoy a freshly brewed McCafe coffee, any size for $1, paired with a delicious sausage McMuffin with egg for just $3.
Welcome back to halftime here at Papa Murphy's Park Tower Bridge Battalion. And folks, getting ready for the second half of play. But before we do that, let's take a look at the first 45 as the NorCal Honda Highlights brings you this segment. And Kevin, let's take a look. Both sides making mistakes early. Sacramento with the first good chance, and it was Jaime Villarreal with a pretty decent strike after the rebound from Carlos Rodriguez.
Yeah, a couple good chances early. Nothing, maybe more half chances in the first, 40, 42 minutes, but a good opportunity right there as Villarreal finds himself in a good spot. I love the battle that he has there. And then obviously this great little underlap run here.
Dante finding Owaku, and Owaku there, but great defending from Carlos Rodriguez. Surely looked to be a shot on goal, but a great save got past Cullen.
Yeah, great save as well. Just a good opportunity there. Really good opportunity for Phoenix, and a good save by Josh Cohen in the back four.
And then again, defending the box, Adam Moffitt and others just swarming, and it's got a tough time for Shannon Gomez. But here was a possible game-changing moment as Amadou Dia got a little too handsy out of the box, and looked like Sacramento was in line for a pretty good kick as Yuri Matiasic went down into the 18. But man, it's you feel like there's a chance for Sacramento here if a little gamesmanship between the two sides, Kevin, and Yuri Matijacic goes down, Amadou Dia is whistled for the foul, and then it was up to Jeremy Hall.
Yeah, I mean, it's a silly foul here by Dia, just way too aggressive. No reason to go in that strong. I think it's probably the right call, to be honest. And like you mentioned, there's that gamesmanship going back and forth. Jeremy Hall stood over this ball for a long time and just pushes it, sails it over, leaning back a little bit too much. If you're looking at the technique. And obviously it would have been a really, really nice way to finish the second half, going up 1-0.
So last time these two teams met, Phoenix had 15 shots after the first half. Republic's back line, midfield, much better at swarming. There's also a guy named Didier Drogba not on the field tonight. But the Republic, I think they outplayed Phoenix in that first 45. They look to be the better team.
Yeah, I agree. I think chance-wise, too, I think Sacramento's a little unlucky not to be up 1-0. Phoenix looks a little bit different than what we saw the last time these two teams met. I mean, I thought last game they played, yeah, you had Didier Drogba in the lineup, but they look way more dynamic going forward. I think Sacramento's done a good job of probably learning from that game film and watching and figuring out ways to shut that Phoenix attack down, and I think it goes back to the keys, and that's really putting pressure on guys early when they're in that final third or getting into that final third and making it difficult for them to have time and energy and space on the ball.
Well, Sacramento and Phoenix, the effort continues for the Republic. The breaks, unfortunately, are not, and that means another game coming up for Sacramento on Wednesday. Phoenix will play on Wednesday as well. Sacramento will head down, not too far of a drive, though, about 3 hours or so, to Fresno, as they will take on Adam Smith and Danny Barrera on the side at Shikansi Park. Meanwhile, Phoenix will be hosting Las Vegas on Wednesday. But for Simon Elliott and this Republic side, they've got to think about potential guys and how many minutes they've played and who they should put in, who is available. Do you start putting some guys who haven't got a lot of run? Do you think about that's a game for Wednesday? You give them an opportunity. So a lot of interesting things for Simon Elliott to figure out here in the next few days.
Yeah, I think all that stuff is TBD. Obviously, you got 45 minutes to get through here tonight, and that'll really, I think, have the biggest impact on what sort of decisions that Simon's going to be making here in the next couple of days or a couple weeks. But you're definitely probably going to see some changes, and it should be interesting to see how Simon navigates these next couple of weeks, these next 4 games or so.
All time between these two sides, Phoenix and Sacramento, 6-2-3, Republic with the advantage. And overall, Sacramento's outscored Arizona 15-10. Sacramento has won the last 2 contests between the two sides. The 2-0 defeat here late in September, and then down in Phoenix, a 3-0 win for the Republic again. But overall, you look at the advantage Sacramento's had over this team, it's hard to say it's been much of a rivalry, but when you look at the talent Phoenix has now had on the field the last 2 years, this is a much different battle between two sides. Republic have been historically good the last 5 years. It's really been this Arizona side who has been good the last 2, and they're on to their best start in club history this year. They are one to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of positive changes happened down in Phoenix over the last few years.
No substitutions for either side. Kevin Goldthwait, Rob McAllister with you here on a beautiful night in Sacramento. Kickoff at 73 degrees. The wind has died down completely. We're hanging around 70. Just a perfect June evening for some soccer. Sacramento with a big chance. Jeremy Hall could not put home the penalty kick, so we remain knotted at 0 here as Phoenix will kick off to start the second half as they go to the north end of the field and toward the Tower Bridge Battalion. Jason Johnson can't get ahead to it here to clean it up as Amadou Dia. Ball across the field and dangerous at that from Shannon Gomez. Yvonne Lambert able to get to it. Ball sprayed out wide. Josh Turnley going to cut it off from Samuel Asante, who is out on the turf late in the first half, appears to be backing up and ready to go for this Phoenix side. Musa looking to spring. Cortez forward. Cortez shields it down on the ground. Dangerous area for the Sacramento Republic as Cortez just not quick enough, but could have been a good look on goal for the Rising.
What a ball by Musa right there.
Phoenix right back at it. Ball low, Owaku. Owaku down low. Josh Cohen right near his post and able to gobble it up.
Nervy moments here early for Sacramento. Got to be better defensively. I think that ball by Musa into Cortez a second ago. Cortez is just unaccounted for. You got your two center backs need to communicate better and make sure you have a body on him or have the ability to get to him quickly. You shouldn't have that much time to consider he's only on top of the 18-yard box.
There's Cody Owasa with his rookie season in 2017 where he had 4 assists, all Big West member for Cal Poly. 1 goal, 1 assist on year for the right back who's been in the attack, but very quiet here tonight. Here's Jason Johnson moving forward, and he puts a bit of fear in a lot of these center backs' eyes as Jeremy Hall's attempt to send it upfield is cut off.
It's good 1v1 defending there as Johnson's going at Carlos Rodriguez.
I want to go back to your Chevy keys to the match when we started this game and discuss a little bit about what you saw in that first 45 and what you like and maybe what you didn't.
Yeah, going back to the keys, starting well. I think they did a decent job of doing that. Wide play, I think there needs to be more activity and action in Sacramento's final third from the width, and then engaging quickly and getting pressure on Phoenix whenever they're kind of approaching that attacking third. I think Sacramento's done a really good job. And Phoenix, like I mentioned earlier, seem to be not nearly as dynamic going forward as they were the last time we saw them. And I think it's probably, key to what Simon and his staff have probably keyed in on over the last couple weeks on how to defend these guys a little better and give them less chances.
Well, a lot of credit to Simon Elliott and a lot of credit to the players in the field. Their defensive shape has been phenomenal, and it has helped pull out a few results. And it's players like a Mitchell Tainer who make life very difficult for some very top strikers. And when you take down a team like Phoenix a couple of weeks ago like you did, you hang right in there with the Real Monarchs, you beat Orange County. These are all teams in the top 5. You've got to feel pretty good about your chances, even if you're not able to score like some of these sides are. Ball deep in here. Good opportunity for Kevon Lambert, who's trying to find some space. And again, that collapsing, that pressure by Sacramento has become a real issue for Phoenix this evening.
I think Phoenix is doing a good job of being patient on top of the box.
But again, that pressure starting from Wilson Nisha there to force the mistake. And as Rodriguez nearly goes down, it was a pressure from Jason Johnson.
Now Sacramento's got to figure out how to keep this ball.
Dia goes up. A little jostling between Lambert and Jeremy Hall. Victor Rivas will push Kevon Lambert away. Tainer angling ball, trying to sneak it behind Dia.
Don't mind that ball. Decent effort from Tainer.
Tainer and Rodriguez not shy about doing just that, and it was Carlos Rodriguez with a ball over the top to Cameron Owasa that was the first goal against Phoenix down in Arizona, and just stunned the crowd down in Arizona. And it would be 1 of 3 the Republic would score against this rising side. And that's the second time Rodriguez has found Cameron Owasa to pick up an assist on the year. First time he did it was against Colorado Springs, and he's becoming more and more confident about trying that. And now you add in Mitchell Tainer for Phoenix. How do you scout against something like that?
That's difficult. It's difficult to plan. That's one of the fun things about the USL, though.
Mike DeFont headed. Here's Phoenix looking for a little bit of room. Carlos Rodriguez stepping up again. Can Sacramento break? Good second attempt here from Matty Osic. Finding a streaking Adam Moffat, who's going to lay it up for now angling toward goal is Shannon Gomez. Gomez, deep cross, Sacramento with an opportunity, and it's up over the top for Carlos Rodriguez.
Good counterattack. You get the big body. Carlos Rodriguez is feeling good. Might as well go forward, son. Really, going back, I mean, the way that thing broke out, you saw Asante, Solomon Asante just absolutely catch up to Adam Moffat. There's a good look right there of Carlos Rodriguez using his big frame. But good break by Sacramento right there to lead to that opportunity.
Couldn't get there quick enough. Either side made a substitution here. But Ukasa falls on the top of Yuri Matejasic. Well, no score, Kevin. This is a fun match. I mean, these are two teams really trying to earn every inch here, and give credit. Both back lines have played well tonight and trying to keep their shape. Sacramento's had a couple of more quality chances than Phoenix has. Misstep there. Jeremy Hall able to keep it in possession. Now it's Cameron Owasso moving forward, poked away free. Mike DeFont, good defending as Cameron Owasso was charging towards Carla Wazinski. Just looking for an inch.
Like to see Sacramento just start to move the ball a little quicker. Good job here.
And on cue, they heed the advice from Kevin Goldthwait. Now it's Wilson Nisha. Working with that right foot, keeps it low. Adam Moffitt did not make the run. So active is Cortez. And a tough challenge and a yellow card coming for Jaime Villarreal, but not a bad play nonetheless here, because that could have been a good streaking attack coming from Gladson Awako.
Yeah, not the worst foul. Still think Jeremy Hall probably needs to do a little bit better shielding the ball there. The late challenge.
DeFont. Ball angling hard. Musa sends it right back. As Josh Turnley looks to clear it away, and it's last touch by Phoenix. It'll be a throw for Sacramento. Sacramento facing a Phoenix side that went 4-2 in May, their best month ever. And a whistle coming.
Cheeky
and
Adam
now
Moffitt.
A yellow card being handed out.
It's all Adam Moffitt right there. Just veteran savviness right there. Seeing that.
So Gladson Awako is hit with the yellow card. That's the game's third, second for Phoenix.
See Adam get the foul here. Draws the foul, gets up, wants to move quickly, sees Awako is going to go in there and try to delay, and Adam says, well, fine, if you're going to delay, I know a quick way to give you a yellow card. And just hits it right into him.
And had a chance to catch up with Adam Moffitt earlier in the week, and he talked about how his role has changed. He said, you know, you don't feel as old, but you realize your age and how young these other guys are. And he said, I have to be smarter. Not only have to I worry about what I'm doing, but I have to think about what the other guys on the field are doing as well. And there's a lot more responsibility. He said he really understands that now, as he probably didn't recognize that is from his veteran players back in the day, as Gladson Awako is just going to go for it from distance. And it's a much different mentality for him every time he comes out to the park.
It definitely is. And I think the biggest thing that you learn, you pick up everything every year as you're playing, but the biggest thing you learn is how to be professional, how to try to stay as fresh as you can. Body doesn't recover nearly as well as it did 10 years ago. And you're playing against guys that are 10 years younger than you, that have that ability and want your position and want your spot, want your role.
Well, here's a guy who's won an MLS Cup, went to 2 finals with Houston, played for Siggy Schmidt. And this ball out, and it's going to be a good opportunity for Phoenix as they look to push forward in the attacking third. Awako coming back for it. Carlos Rodriguez able to put a foot there. And again, Carlos Rodriguez going up against a pacier youngster and is able to thwart the attack. Here's Musa. He's not quite done. He's going to spray it out. Phoenix, good angling cross in. Jason Johnson, excuse me, looking for that back post against Josh Cohen. Not able to find target. We remain locked at 0.
Another little half chance right there that Phoenix is creating. It's a good ball in the box. Sante serves a good ball in. Jason Johnson gets up and just tries a little flick to the back post. Get a good look at it right here. I think he could have done a little better with that, to be honest. Maybe just try to flick it, redirect it down to his left.
Maybe wasn't quite expecting, but how quickly we see Solomon Asante able to turn and serve one in.
Serve one in the box, I know.
I mean, that's MLS level talent here from Solomon Asante. Good step from Musa.
It's another silly giveaway.
How quick Solomon Asante is on top of that ball. He loves to work in the midfield, goes down. Jeremy Hall with the foul. Easy call for Victor Rivas. Cross for Dia. Dia looking back. He's into the 18. Working along that line. Trying to find a space. Hard angled ball. Matty Osic sets it up for Kevon Lambert. Unintentionally. And now to the right. Cody Wakasa, the 24-year-old defender. Ball deflected. Maybe tough for Cohen. And he's able to cradle it in. Public have created the Flex Pack to fit your busy schedule. Pick 4 to 6 matches and make the pack work for you. It's the club online, sacrepublic.com. Republic off to another great start. They've tied their best start in club history, going back a couple of seasons where they also went 7-3-3. For the most part, this team has played well. The worst start they had in the first after 13 games was last year, where they posted 4 wins. But 2 years ago, when they had an identical record, they were top of the standings. Asante just unable to get past Villarreal and not able to find Cortez. And again, it's Carlos Rodriguez defending in pretty good position.
Yeah, really, Sacra's got to figure out a way. Defensively, they've looked pretty sharp, but sooner or later, Phoenix is going to break you down if you continue to give the ball away.
Too much in the midfield.
Too much in the midfield, silly giveaways. You got to figure out a way to keep the ball and make Phoenix defend. Phoenix has looked really good in the first 10 minutes, the second half.
Much better than their first half of play, and they're lucky to not be down a goal after Jeremy Hall unable to connect on the penalty kick. Ball here. Could be a good chance for Sacramento. Trying to push it forward was Matty Osic. And collapsing was Joseph Farah. Kevon Lambert showing his wheels. He's got a size advantage against Hall, who's trying to get the lower position. And this ball is sent backwards, and Sacramento will take that. Can they turn this and put it in a pressure situation? Mitchell Tainer all the way up in the midfield. A little bit of trouble. A hard challenge coming from Adam Moffat, and the official along the touchline raises the flag. And I'll tell you what, Simon Elliott cannot believe it and is beside himself. And I agree with you, probably not his call to make. Either way, Phoenix will have a free kick.
A good little tackle here, Adam Moffat.
Close.
I mean, Victor Rivas is right there. Like, why is the linesman all ball? Maybe from a little bit from behind.
It's been a fairly clean game so far. Solomon Asante has got a stable of big players. He's going to curl this one in right to the head of Adam Moffat in Sacramento. Able to breathe a little bit. Down easily goes Musa. Musa with a quick start. Backpedaling. Sacramento in trouble. Cortez has his shot blocked from Shannon Gomez, who once again has put himself in a good position to make a play.
Got to hold the ball. Look at Simons. They've got to possess the ball. Sacramento does.
All right, too many chances for Phoenix here in this first 15 minutes of action in the second half.
It's too easy. I mean, you don't even need to work to get the ball back. Sacramento, they're giving the ball back.
Well, this is the most dangerous moment in the match for Sacramento. During this 15-minute stretch between the 61st and 75th minute, Sacramento has allowed 5 goals, the most in any other 15-minute time frame this season. It appears to just be a partial mental lapse, but they've come back plenty after giving up that goal. But you know, Simon Elliott and this staff knows it as well. This is a crucial time for a Republic team. See if they can take this momentum and put it back into their favor. And that's going to be a foul on the ball. Amadou Dia bumping into Wilson Nishaw. Haven't seen a lot of Nishaw here in this second half of action. And that's probably likely not to possessing the ball so much. Tower Bridge Battalion getting back in it, trying to fire the boys in Old Glory Red back up. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister with you here in Sacramento, California. A gorgeous evening. It was likely labeled the best matchup of the weekend here in the USL. Two seeds with 24 points, right in the thick of things in the Western Conference. Backheader from Cameron Iwasa. And Carl Wazinski has not been tested. Going on 17 minutes here since the teams broke out of the locker room. Now a little pressure coming from Sacramento as Mitchell Taintor comes all the way up. It's the second ball Sacramento's had a little bit of trouble dealing with here this evening. In the midfield, Hall cutting it back, Moose applying pressure. Turnley.
You notice too, every time Sacramento's getting the ball, they're trying to go forward, thinking about going forward. They end up ultimately going backwards. Back to the center backs or back to Cohen. It's like no movement from your front three or your front four.
Don't be surprised if we see a substitution for Simon Elliott here in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Farrell has to clear it away. You see Jason Johnson too, waiting for that step, looking for that cross ball sent over to Shannon Gomez. Now here comes the pressure from Chris Cortez. Waco coming up. Pressure building for Phoenix. Kevon Lambert and Moffitt. Phoenix will win it for at least the moment. Now they get it back. Here's a Waco. Plenty of mistakes for Phoenix tonight, or Sacramento might be in a little bit more trouble. Here's Moffitt stepping up. Dia. Strength of Adam Moffitt to push it right back. Villarreal to the top of Wassa. Makes a nice little move. Shot on goal, and it just hits off the left side.
Good play by Cam Iwasa. Why not? It's a great strike with the weaker left foot. The fact that he doesn't clear it over the bar is a good sign for me. Shows good technique. Maybe just lashes at it a little bit. Doesn't look like it misses by much. But a good strike from distance and a good move to get himself that separation. Oof. But a good strike by Cam. I like the weight of it.
Place would have erupted here at Papa Murphy's Park. Iwasa giving chase again. Wazinski's going to have to wait for it to come out and head it. Otherwise, it could have spelled trouble. Nishaw not quite done yet. And now Phoenix looking to counter. Jason Johnson showing his pace. A good angle on ball. And a ball sent into the 6, and it's flicked away.
It's a great ball by Gladson Awaka finding Johnson. Sacramento fortunate, just can't connect on that final pass.
And then Cortez not able to turn enough. And it's sent out of play. A corner kick for Phoenix, the first coming in this second half for either side.
You know, not much activity on the bench for Sacramento. There's another look right here. It's a good ball across the face, looking for Cortez.
And Mitchell Taintor got there just in time to break it up. And that's what the type of corner attack we saw last year from this team. Ball quickly back in, curling in, into the 6, down goes Moffitt. Offside first.
So offside on that corner kick as Solomon Asante plays that out. As soon as it's touched, you get a couple guys on the line that'll step out one step, and as soon as it's played, he's offside. So a smart play by Sacramento.
Adam Moffitt went down hard as well. It may have been a foul coming either way. Appears to be okay. Moffitt took a bit of a tumble in the early minutes of this game, has stayed in. There's that quick step from Phoenix. Owaku. Decent breakup.
Carlos Rodriguez again, good step. See if they can move the ball forward now.
Want to get exclusive video content and photography from across the USL? Make sure to follow the league's official Instagram account at USL Soccer. Back to DeFont, a little bit trouble handling it. Dribbles out. Here's Dia. Dia celebrating birthday in probably a fashion he didn't want to. The team showing on their Twitter account yesterday that the club with a little birthday celebration doused him in mustard and ketchup after the training session. That's one way to celebrate, I guess. "67 minutes gone by at Papa Murphy's Park. No score from either side. Hall with a missed penalty kick. And then Cortez just a few minutes ago with a good look on goal. Ball sent in from Jason Johnson. Those have been the best two looks for either side. Back heel over the top. Nifty little move coming from the Phoenix Rising. DeFont able to step down with it. Cameron Owasa will pressure. Quick touch. And this constant movement from Phoenix has to be a little bit concerning for Simon Elliott.
Doing such a good job, Phoenix is right now of second balls. Keeping that pressure on, not letting Sacramento clear their lines.
Sante back for it. Musa moving. Owaku, left side. Here comes Dia. Dia will send it in low. And it'll be Wilson Nishan. No foul given. Dia continuing to move. Wilson Nishan stepping down goes Nishan. Ball in the box, back to Jason Johnson. He'll look for a strong strike. Hits off the post and away.
It's a deflection too, off the post. Fortunate Sacramento once again.
Phoenix not quite done. Push it into the box. Here's Owaku sailing away, going the wrong direction. Comes Cody Wakasa. Here's Asante down low. And Mitchell Tainer got a foot to it. It'll be a corner kick as Cohen could keep it in his 6.
Yeah, thank your lucky stars, Sacramento, right now.
A devastating strike from Jason Johnson. It just didn't bend his way.
It looks like it comes off Carlos Rodriguez. Get another look right here. Johnson sizes it up, excuse me. Gomez off Gomez, hits the bar. But really unlucky for Phoenix right now. They've done really, really well the last 15 minutes. Applying pressure, not letting Sacramento get out, not let Sacramento control things.
Ball angling out, Farrell there. It will fall into space. But Cortez try to spray it right back out wide. Phoenix relentless right now.
Something needs to happen here on Sacramento's bench, I think.
I agree with you. 70 minutes now gone by. We might see a Luis Espino sighting, which might just be the perfect player to control some possession and try to get into the attack.
Yeah, that's a good call, I think. Possession-oriented player.
Tower Bridge Battalion into it, trying to rally this team. See if they can knock one in here and pick up 3 points against this Phoenix side. Mind you that Phoenix has had 10 days off, Kevin. Meanwhile, Sacramento playing their 3rd in about a week. Gomez. Here's Nisha. Nisha battling with Dia. He's had a couple of those battles here this evening and not able to get enough separations. Dia's got some pretty decent pace, and Dia is the one who's able to earn the throw for his side. Luis Espino getting ready. So Nisha's night is going to be over as soon as there's an opportunity. Phoenix, for now, will look to possess. And a strong strike. And down goes Cameron Owasa, who took a tough shot to the thigh. So Wilson Nishaw's night is over, just couldn't create enough space, and so tactically, it seems to me that Simon Elliott's making a change here. And what do you like to see from this change, and where can we see Luis Espino factor in this new thought process?
Yeah, first of all, I don't think, not for lack of effort here for Wilson Nishaw, just wasn't his night. Had a hard time controlling the ball. I think what you're going to see from Espino hopefully is a little bit more possession-oriented, where he can get on the ball, move it around, play it off him with Villarreal, go and get it again.
And much different players, as Nisha likes to work out in space, where Espino will work in the midfield and is very good on the ball. Just a youngster as well, 20 years of age. Along with Carlos Rodriguez, the two youngest players on this team who are getting significant minutes. Roberto Hadagan, the other, the academy signee who signed last year. Musa, left foot, looking to switch the field. Gomez stepping. And here's Espino with his first touch. Espino out of Mexico, game time goal against Tulsa in the final moments. It's great field vision as well. There he is, already showing his quality. And there's a foul against James Musa.
Silly foul by Musa right there. Good opportunity for Sacramento in a pretty dangerous position.
But that's what Luis Espino brings to you.
Absolutely. I think that's what we want to see from him. Get on the ball, move it side to side. Connect with your players.
Well, the way both of these sides have been playing, you feel like one goal will likely win it. Who will it be? Adam Moffett looking to drive one hard. Not the most finesse player, so Carl Wazinski better be ready for something coming his way. Ball lofted up, sent high. Jeremy Hall all alone back there. How about Mitchell Tainter running along that left flank? Republic FC launches 2018 Nike kits. Purchase yours. SacRepublicFC.com or visit the team store located at 17th in Broadway. Deep throw looking for Moffett. Gets it into that corner. Going against Farrell. Maybe trying to earn a corner kick here. Coming in reinforcements, just shoving out of the way is Cody Wakasa. Phoenix earns it. Sacramento, can they put the pressure on here? Cortez will be whistled as he runs over Mitchell Tainter. Last season, Phoenix, 58 points, 5th place, 17-7-8 record. They lost to Swope Park in the first round. Sacramento would lose to the Rangers in the second round. But what a season Rising had after a slow start. They started to figure things out, got Didier Drogba in the mix, and they went on a tear between August and September and hung around and had pretty good position toward the end of the season.
Well done by Shannon Gomez. Smart by Jeremy Hall. Still, Sacramento's got to possess the ball. It's way too easy for Phoenix to get the ball back.
Sacramento still has 2 more substitutions. Phoenix has not made one tonight. Devon Lambert battling, has a little bit of room, and now Lambert and Moffett, who collided there, a little bit shaken up, and each are hobbling as they hold down their lower ankle. There's Jason Johnson, had a great look at goal. Not able to connect, it hits off the post. Now he's charging forward, stepping in is Carlos Rodriguez. And again, Rodriguez has been in the mix tonight. 3 critical plays from that backline position. Now the counter coming for the Sacramento Republic, the crowd cheering. Moffett will loft one in. Carl Wazinski there, just a little bit too heavy. And Carlos Rodriguez and company trying to stay on side.
I think that's the wrong decision there by Adam Moffett. He's got plenty of space. Drive the ball, take another 1 or 2 touches, and maybe try to whip a ball in or try to connect on the ground with somebody. It's an easy ball for Wazinski to deal with.
whistled for handball. Here's Gomez. Flex pack. Fit your busy schedule. Pick 4 to 6 matches and make the pack work for you. Visit the Republic online to get tickets. Plenty of games still coming up. There's been some beautiful nights here at the ballpark, no doubt about it. This has been one of the cooler years in play that we've had here. No rain, though, which has been good. Considering how warm it was in February when we took on the Sounders, I think it was 80 degrees against Seattle, and then of course LAFC was a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Sacramento builds something here, looking to switch, getting behind Villarreal, a rare opportunity. Right back to Matijasic. Sacramento has an advantage, at least for a moment. Moffitt lets it go to Hall. Hall's going to spray it out to Gomez. Republic looking to recycle their runs. This ball's dropped back into the post.
Just execution again. Not the best ball. Good buildup, though, by Sacramento, getting themselves in that position.
And here is a rare sighting for Phoenix, and that's number 6, Evan Waldrep, who signed with the club in February at Grand Canyon University just up the road in Arizona. 21-year-old has seen very limited action in 2018. I think if you're Sacramento, you're okay with this substitution as it takes off a dangerous threat in Gladson Awako. 12 minutes to go here, Kevin. What would you like to see?
Possess the ball, use the ball to your advantage. And just make it more difficult for Phoenix. Everything's too easy for them right now, in my opinion.
Ball was for Cortez. He wasn't there in time. Diaz is still fighting in there, trying to find some space. Now he's angling forward. He's got Iwasu to his right. Iwasu cuts it back in. Just a toe on it was Musa, enough to break up and slow this attack down from Sacramento. Now it's Espino who sends it in as Jaime Villarreal made a run.
It's a great ball. Great ball by Espino. Good build-up once again. I think Cam Iwasu maybe a little bit quicker, touch less.
Well, voting is now open for the USL's monthly awards. Cast your vote for Player of the Month, Goal of the Month, and Save of the Month this weekend at uslsoccer.com.
Really dangerous ball from Espino. Positive, at least. That's what I want to see.
Espino has been a key member off this Republic bench here, coming at opportune moments to try to add some spark needed late in games. Chris Cortez not quite done putting pressure on Mitchell Tainer, and the Republic need to work out of the back here. Iwasa. As the Rising continue to swarm, Sacramento has done a decent job of holding possession. And now a little bit of space for Matijasic. Gomez leaves it for behind. Simon Elliott wants it out right to Espino and gets it there. Diaz going to try to put some pressure on. This one's popped up, and in comes Espino, and Sacramento not quite done. As Waldrop makes a play. A lot of pushing here from Johnson, and another step in from Luis Espino, and Simon Elliott is furious on the touchline. Crowd will boo as well, and Simon Elliott's getting a talking to from tonight's 4th official, Alex Del Angel Jr., telling him to calm down a bit. Either way, I think Simon has a case. Diaz just going to loft it up over the top. Back header, can Cameron Iwasa spring something? They'll send it all the way back to Carl Wazinski.
Pretty animated language there by the gaffer.
Not suitable for television or children under the age of 18. Solomon Asante still so dangerous. Public have kept him a little bit quiet here in the last 10 minutes or so, and it's paid off. Each side has just made one substitution. Good challenge coming strong from Shannon Gomez, a 21-year-old from Trinidad and Tobago. Talented young player, played with NYCFC, but had dealt with some knee injuries and never got quite an opportunity. He's proving that he was a good pickup for this side. This ball's angling hard away from Josh Cohen, but he's able to pick up the save anyway. Step up from Wakasa, tries to keep it up. He does. Here's Asante. Asante into the 18. Down goes Tainter. Asante not done. He trips and falls. There will be no whistle, and the crowd will be just fine with it. Now it's Matijasic moving and a hold, and that's going to be a yellow card coming against Kevon Lambert. And that will be the game's 4th yellow, the 3rd for Phoenix.
I'll tell you what, I think Sacramento's pretty lucky. Solomon Asante probably goes down way too soft, but even before that, looked like Mitchell Tainter put a pretty big body on Asante. He doesn't go down in that situation. If he does, I think that's a legit shout for a penalty. Another look right now at the foul. Good job of Matijasic getting his body in front of Lambert.
You can't even do that in the NFL now. It's a horse collar. But Lambert knew that the attack was moving in the favor of the Republic, and
smart.
Yeah, with the game locked at 0 and less than 10 minutes to play. Pretty savvy move from the 21-year-old Jamaican. Rodriguez moving forward. There's Gomez along that touch line, just gets past Jason Johnson. Now Diaz going to come in for some help. Will backpedal and out of play.
Pretty well done by Shannon Gomez. He's got absolutely no other options except to do that. There's no one shown for him. Cam Iwasa still is in the middle of the pitch. He needs some help.
Jeremy Hall looked like you may want to go for it. Here's Luis Espino. Villarreal Waldrip giving quite a bit of chase here on the defensive end. Luis Espino, he loves it from this angle. Will set one down low, leaves it, and no one in space to clean it up. Phoenix will try their luck going the other way. Kevon Lambert being pushed. Mitchell Tainter colliding in the midfield. And this is going to be a foul coming, and Mitchell Tainter and Kevon Lambert with a dangerous collision. I would be surprised if we don't see yellow here, and we will. Kevon Lambert is holding his right knee. He may have seen red there, and it wouldn't have been a shock to me. Mitchell Tainter gets yellow instead.
I mean, a big challenge. I think Tainter's just trying to slow things down, and really Kevon Lambert's got a full head of steam coming towards goal, running downhill. And really, I think Lambert's got to assume that contact's coming. But decent by Tainter to slow things down and recognize that situation.
So it looks like it will be Christian Isley to get an opportunity for this Republic side. And Kevon Lambert appears to be okay. It's popped back up. Isley 2 goals on the season. It started off the campaign quite well for this Republic side. Dealt with some injuries, been in and out of the 18. With Vian Bajev not in the 18 tonight. he gets a chance to see what he can do here in extra time, or excuse me, in the final minutes of regulation. And it would be a good chance for Christian Isley to earn some potential more minutes if he can get some dangerous looks on goal. Meanwhile, it's going to be Phoenix here with a set piece, and this is a team that strikes it well from distance. They're good on set pieces, one of the best in the USL. The team that also will score from outside. They have 6 goals from outside the 18, typically in the run of play. But maybe we see a quick drop off to Dia. James Musa will take it, left foot, will lob it in. Up top, there goes Josh Cohen with another big save. As Chris Cortez was right in the neighborhood. And Cohen comes up big, and he continues to do the things well, fundamentally sound, tactically. You can't ask for more from number 1. Luis Espino. So Hall to Moffitt. Moffitt, he'll lob it in, just a tad bit late. Jeremy Hall gets the rebound back. Matiasic battling with Farrell. Somebody pick it up. Finally, Phoenix able to get a foot to it.
Good job by Sacramento to get the second ball. We haven't seen that much.
See if they can start to make a run here as Turnley looking to create some space against Wakasa and will send it off his chest.
I like the tempo, I like the energy by Sacramento here.
Jeremy Hall's going to give it a go, finding target just right as a sliding Carl Wazinski. How do you feel that idea? Almost snuck it past the goalkeeper.
Maybe it's something really special from that distance.
So Adam Moffitt's night is over. Battle throughout the midfield for most of this evening. And again, puts his stamp on the game. And now it's going to be Christian Isley to see if he can do something special. The 25-year-old from Orlando, Florida, played in Finland last season, had an opportunity to come to the States, felt this was the best option for him. And now he'll move to the top, and Cameron Iwasa will slide back. Trying to shield. Look to get to Matiasic. Keep up to date with all the best social media from around the league as Kelsey Steele hosts Off the Post every Friday through the league's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram feeds. Foul coming against the Republic. Final moments here. I'd be surprised if it's more than 2 minutes of stoppage time added, as we didn't have a lot of slow up and play here in the second half. This is one of those matches I think a lot of fans were thinking it was going to be a 3-2 match, a 2-2 type match. I don't think anyone was really expecting quite this. But it's been a battle. Wazinski. Foul against Chris Cortez.
Good call. Cortez just trying to nudge Carlos Rodriguez just before he jumps.
These 3 extra minutes of stoppage time are brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today, Rayleighs.com. So 3 minutes for each side to try to break free. See if they can earn 3 points. Rising, seeking revenge against this Republic side that took 3 points down in Phoenix.
A bit surprised Phoenix isn't more active trying to get the ball in play and try to keep going.
Ball just sent it into space. Easy play for Mike DeFont to come back to. It's a pretty decent left foot from that center back position. Still staying active is Luis Espino. So 2 substitutions made for Sacramento as Christian Isley is up there playing the top. as the Republic have dropped to a 4-2-3-1 with Jaime Villarreal into the midfield with Jeremy Hall, more serving as defensive mids, and then you have Matiasic, Espino, and Cameron Iwasa looking to work their way into the attack. See if Republic can sneak one good look on goal here. Both sides have had trouble getting looks. Each have had a couple, though. Here's Isley making an angle and run, waiting for some help. Here's Cameron Iwasa colliding just outside the area. Victor Rivas will not blow his whistle, and the crowd a bit upset, to say the least. And now Espino grabbing Waldrip, and Waldrip will look to push it forward and get into space for Musa. Musa finding Cortez. This is trouble for Sacramento. Cortez coming back, and we have a collision, and now we have a flag that's gone up, and it's offside on Phoenix. And so a lot happening there. Republic come away clean. Now they look to move. Matiasic settling here up at the top as Turnley gets it back. Throw for the Republic. Ball angled hard. Isley being held. Isley goes down, and it's going to be a foul on Christian Isley. And Mike DeFont doesn't take too kindly to it and has a few things to say.
Good look right here. Cam Iwasa on top of the box.
He just got sandwiched there. It's a tough call. I think it's a tough call to make for Victor Rivas late in the game like this with a tie. Arwazinski and Phoenix. See if they can make good of this last few minutes. Trying to sneak out here with a win. Meanwhile, the Republic are trying to hang on, and each side will get a point. So that will do it here from Papa Murphy's Park. We expect it to be a high scoring here as Phoenix leads the USL in goal scorers with 26. Meanwhile, Sacramento has been on quite a run themselves either way. Both teams not able to put in the back of the net. So we leave this one tied, no score, and the Republic and the Rising will each get a point. They move to 25 on the season. And so we'll take a look here as our man of the match, brought to you by Papa Murphy's. And a lot of opportunities, but Shannon Gomez did quite well against the size and strength of Jason Johnson all evening long.
Yeah, did a really good job tonight, made a couple really good defensive tackles, and was really up and down that right flank as well as much as he could. For his as anemic, a good tackle right here. As anemic as they were going forward, I think Shannon Gomez had a good effort and put in a good shift with good work rate and good energy through the entire 90.
So Sacramento had a great opportunity in the first half of play, and we'll look at it here coming up. Our NorCal Honda whole-time highlights coming up right after this.
She's gonna love this.
What are you doing?
Oh, you like it, don't you?
Put the roller down. I'll fix this.
Uh-oh. Better get Mako. Come into Mako today and get a professional paint service for only $3.99. Mako, America's Body Shop.
So from the two trucks over here, I want you to pick a new truck for your mom or dad, knowing that they could possibly pass it down to you one day.
Cool.
But before you decide, you should know that Chevy Silverados are the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickups on the road, which means that Ford F-150s are not. Which truck would you pick?
The Chevy. The Chevy? The Chevy.
There you go. Boom.
That was obvious. And plus it looks cooler.
No doubt about it. Now they know what to get me.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bake an XL NY pizza topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
At U.S. Bank, we believe one small change can echo throughout an entire community. That's why we proudly support, invest, and volunteer in communities like yours. Because the changes we make today
Can you hear me?
shape the possibilities of tomorrow. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
She's gonna love this.
What are you doing?
Oh, you like it, don't you?
Put the roller down. I'll fix this.
Uh-oh. Better get Mako. Come into Mako today and get a professional paint service for only $3.99. Mako, America's Body Shop.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park. Fans were expecting a few fireworks here tonight. Well, a lot of quality play from both sides. Defensively, they look good, but no score as we end this one here in Sacramento. Let's take a look at our Zoom image of the match. And good one by Josh Cohen again. His third clean sheet of the season. And, you know, he has played well throughout the year. Could almost have a opportunity for him to be one of the top players each and every week. Let's take a look now at our NorCal Honda highlights. And full time, we begin early on is an opportunity for Sacramento. Down goes Yuri Matiasic and a foul by Amadou Dia. And it set up what appeared to be a golden chance for Sacramento, but it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, you get Jeremy Hall stepping up over the ball and just leaning back just a little bit too much. Open up his hips too much as well and just sails it over the crossbar. Brilliant opportunity for Sacramento to go up 1-0 into the half.
He's such a positive player. You know, he probably won't hang on to that too long, but Republic with another good look from Carlos Rodriguez crashing. The runs were there in that first 60 minutes, and it started to evaporate a little bit, but that was another pretty good look for the Republic. And again, the onslaught from this Phoenix side, they know you're going to get a lot from them, and it's starting to get going in that second half of play.
Yeah, I think Phoenix looked really good in this second half and took it to Sacramento. So a good little tackle here by Shannon Gomez after a quick restart. But a good couple of plays defensively by Sacramento to keep things away from Josh Cohen's goal. See a great little strike here by Cam, getting Musa to go down. And a hard strike with the left foot and just misses target.
And it looked like had a pretty good opportunity. And here was a scarier moment for the Republic fans at Papa Murphy's Park tonight is Jason Johnson with an absolute screamer for that back post. And somehow it just had enough on it that it curled away. Maybe Shannon Gomez got a toe on it.
Yeah, deflection off Gomez right here. But that could have gone anywhere. And lucky for Sacramento, ends up going off the bar.
And so let's take a look now at our standings after this one. So Portland picking up the victory. Real Monarchs did not have a game, but they are 10-2-1. But look at this top four right now, Kevin. This is a formidable bunch. It's Swope Park hanging around as well. This is going to be quite a battle as we head on through the summer months.
I mean, all the way down to 8. It's good, you know, it's pretty tight. 2 games change things pretty quickly.
And so Sacramento, Phoenix, each expecting to score a few goals here tonight. Well, neither are able to put one in the back of the net. And so for Sacramento, we've got a couple of good ones coming up. And at Fresno on Wednesday, an opportunity. And then against San Antonio, St. Louis, Fresno, and then really 4 matches here, Kevin, where the Republic have some chance to pick up some points and gain some ground.
Yeah, a lot of opportunity here, but also you've got some a pretty stacked schedule in terms of how many games these guys are going to be playing. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys can, you know, juggle that.
They've got that U.S. Open Cup match on June 20th as well down in Los Angeles. So a fun night here at Papa Murphy's Park. Not the 3 points Republic fans were hoping for, but either way, a beautiful day in Sacramento turns to a fun night here at Papa Murphy's Park. I want to thank our entire crew behind the scenes. For my partner, Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. It ends no score here between the Rising and the Republic. Have a great weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.